the big story of the day, and this is coming in from West Asia. The region is staring at another dangerous escalation. The United States has launched the third round of military strikes against Iran after accusing Iran of attacking a commercial container shipment there transiting the key waterway that is the Strait of Hormuz. Now, according to U.S. Central Command, the vessel caught fire, suffered damage, and one civilian crew member was also missing. The ship, identified as GFS Galaxy, was reportedly struck while passing through the Strait of Hormuz. And now in the latest, we are learning that the U.S. Central Command, or CENTCOM, has said that it has started a third round of strikes on Iran after accusing IRGC of blatantly attacking a container ship in the Strait of Hormuz. U.S. has said that Iran has violated the terms of the peace deal, and I quote, in response, the United States is imposing a heavy cost by degrading Iran's ability to attack the civilian commercial ships there freely transiting the Strait of Hormuz. So that is the latest we are learning as far as West Asia is concerned. It is staring at another dangerous escalation. Let me bring in our consulting editor, Srinjoy Chaudhary, for more on this. Srinjoy, we are witnessing another escalation there as far as Iran is concerned. In the latest, we have heard that there have been explosions in southern part of Iran once again. Iran has also said that they have closed the Strait of Hormuz. So it has to do about that key waterway and the leverage that Iran wants as far as the escalation is concerned. Give us more details on that.
This is a very worrying situation, not just for Iran and the United States and Israel, or even for the Gulf region, but actually the whole world, because we are almost back to square one, if you think about it. Because once the Strait of Hormuz is closed, then every country in the world, because a fifth of all the gas and crude oil goes through the Strait of Hormuz, will be closed. Once that is closed, there will be pressure on the world's economy, and every country, almost every country, will suffer. And as far as Asia is concerned, all the big countries, China, Japan, India, South Korea, all of these countries would suffer terribly, because these are all oil importing countries. India naturally will feel the pinch, and very seriously at that. Now, as far as the fighting is concerned, this is flaring up from time to time, and it must be said that if you're a captain of a ship and you have to go through the Strait of Hormuz, you'll be worried, because it doesn't take much effort to hit a large tanker going through the Strait of Hormuz. It's very easy. All you need is a shoulder-fired missile. All you need is one drone, and then there is serious damage coming up. So this can lead to loss of life. This can hurt the tanker very seriously. And as a result, shipping companies will be wary. Captains of ships will be wary of going through the strait. Meanwhile, the Americans have hit, and as Pete Hegseth says, they've hit hard. Now, how much damage have they caused? Whether it will change Iran's position, we don't know, because there are ups, there are downs. This problem, which has begun on the 28th of February, one thought was done and dusted once the MOU was done. Now, very clearly, we find that no, there is a second part and a third part. So we have to see what happens now, because if the MOU is done and dusted, then the other worry is, will America reimpose that naval blockade? If that happens, then there is clearly no more ceasefire.
Absolutely important what you just mentioned, that on one hand, Iran has said that the Strait of Hormuz is closed for now. It remains to be seen whether US will reimpose the naval blockade in the coming days. Stay on with us. Srinjoy, I'll come back to you once again. I'm also joined by retired Colonel RSN Singh, geopolitical expert and defense expert as well. Thank you so much, sir, for connecting with us. We've been speaking to a lot of experts, and they are saying that US and Iran objectives are very different, and because of that, this war could drag on for months from now. Would you agree with that?
Yes, you are To a certain extent, you are correct. But remember that Strait of Hormuz is not a matter between two belligerents. Hormuz belongs to anybody and everybody, including India. So it is a war against the international community. It's an energy lifeline of the entire world and particularly Asia and Europe. So it is not a contest between, United States of America and Iran. The second thing is that, yes, they may say it is closed. From their side, it was closed. Iran has announced, but that Oman part of the Strait of Hormuz is still open. It's another matter that the frequency of ships has reduced considerably because of the risk factor. But to say that, because they have declared Hormuz is closed, that's not going to be the case. Ships will still trickle down. The second thing is that, what will happen in future? Remember, you are dealing with a terrorist state. And what is my reading and what I have, gleaned from many sources is that these are some of the rogue elements within the Iranian establishment. Can anybody say with confidence that who is running Iran at the moment? Is it Wahidi or Ghalibaf or Arghachi? Because Arghachi the other day he was chased down the streets. Ghalibaf was, he appeared on the television explaining his people about the ingredients of the MOU and suddenly he was taken off the air. So you are dealing with a terrorist state which all along has done nothing but indulge in terrorism through its proxies, right? And therefore it is very, very difficult to, deal with this kind of, dispensation.
Absolutely. So it remains to be seen how this pans out in the coming hours. It is expected that there will be further escalation there. Shyam Gudassar, I'll come back to you once again. Let's widen the frame and take our viewers through what CENTCOM has said so far, because they have said that another round of strikes has started. So let me take you through their social media post. At 7:15 p.m. today, U.S. Central Command forces have started launching the third round of strikes this week against Iran after IRGC forces blatantly attacked GFS Galaxy, a Cyprus-flagged container ship transiting the Strait of Hormuz. A civilian crew member is missing. The vessel is unable to continue the journey as well. Iran was provided yet another opportunity to show adherence to the MOU after being held accountable for the earlier attacks on the commercial vessels. But it has once again failed. In response, the United States is imposing a heavy cost by continuing to degrade Iran's ability to attack the civilian mariners and commercial ships freely transiting the Strait of Hormuz, and the strikes are being carried out at the direction of the commander-in-chief. So that is the latest as far as U.S. Central Command is concerned. Clearly, they are saying that this has to do with the Strait of Hormuz, the commercial ship that has been attacked as well. And now, in response to this particular CENTCOM tweet, Pete Hegseth, who's the war secretary, he has posted on social media that Iran has made a poor choice. Now they pay. And this is a warning that has come in from Pete Hegseth. And remember, this has come after Donald Trump yesterday. He said that U.S. is locked and loaded to attack and decimate Iran as well. Let me also take you through a reaction that is coming from Iran. In a social media post, they have said that this is a reciprocal commitment. One side cannot be expected to comply while the other fails to meet the obligation. Iran arrangement with no charge for 60 days. Paragraph 5 is what they have mentioned here. But most importantly, they said that one side, leading to Iranian side, cannot be expected to comply while the other side fails to meet the obligation. So both the sides are blaming each other as far as the MOU there is concerned. The term of the deal and the violation is also concerned. And with that, we have breaking update coming in. We are witnessing another round of escalation along Iran's southern coast, with reports of explosions in several cities across at least 3 provinces. Let me tell you more about them. In Bushehr province, in fact, we're learning about explosions just a while back. And this is especially very important because it has the nuclear power plant. But so far, we're learning that there has been no confirmation on any damage to that facility. Now, further east, explosions have been reported in Jusk and Sirik. These are also important locations because they overlook the Strait of Hormuz, which is now at the center of the dispute between Iran and US. So at this point in time, there is escalation as far as southern part of Iran is concerned. And now breaking update coming in from UAE. In fact, we're learning that air defenses are currently engaging with missile attacks and incoming drones from Iran. And the Ministry of Defense has confirmed that sounds were in fact heard in scattered areas in the country. And that is a result of UAE air defense system intercepting those missiles and drones as well. So at this point in time, we are learning about a possible attack there as far as UAE is concerned. Their air defenses are currently engaging with the missile and UAV threats as well. This is quite concerning. Srinjoy, coming to you on this, give us more details as far as UAE is concerned. We are learning that their air defense system is currently engaging with the missile attack and incoming drones from Iranian side.
Whenever Iran has been attacked, Iran in the past, since February 28th, has often attacked American bases in the Gulf states, which is why you will have air raid warnings in the Gulf states and also in Israel in the past. Now, again, you see this, which means there is a concern, an apprehension about American bases being hit in the Gulf. So that point has to be made also not very long ago, just perhaps a few days ago. And Iran spoke about hitting American bases in Kuwait. So as a result, the Iranians still, regardless of what the American government has said, still have missiles, still has drones, and can hit all these places. So the worry is rapid escalation. If there is rapid escalation, then it will affect all these countries. Iran, of course, but also Israel and the Gulf states, because places like, say, an oil well, a refinery, a desalination plant, all of these could be hit, a port. And in the past, even nuclear in installations, you just mentioned nuclear installations. In the past, Dimona in Israel has been hit. So ports have been hit everywhere. So this can lead to severe destruction. This can lead to severe insecurity as far as the entire region and perhaps the world is concerned.
All right, so we're witnessing another escalation there as far as West Asia is concerned. At this point in time, US has bombed a southern part of Iran, and in retaliation, we're learning that Iran has hit back at one of the Gulf countries there. Stay on with us. I'll come back to you once again. We have more updates coming in as far as Iran is concerned. Iran is presenting two very different narratives. Publicly, Iran is accusing US of violating previous understandings and claims that US has chosen escalation over diplomacy. Now, according to some reports, some Iranian officials have reportedly conveyed to Americans that attack on the commercial vessel may have been work of a rogue Revolutionary Guard faction, and that Iran still wants negotiation and back-channel talks with US. Even as those diplomatic messages emerge, Iran's Revolutionary Guard Navy has dramatically escalated the crisis by declaring that the Strait of Hormuz is closed until further notice. So there are several updates coming in from West Asia. On one hand, Iran has said that the Strait of Hormuz, a critical waterway, is closed for now. We're witnessing attacks on south part of Iran, and in retaliation, just a while back, we're learning that Iran has hit out at UAE there. It remains to be seen how this pans out. Let me once again bring in Arasin Singh on this. Sir, Iran is sending out two messages. So on diplomatic side, officials are saying that talks and mediation are still underway, but on the military side, they are also warning that escalation could still be on the horizon. Your take on this?
Firstly, let me put it very clearly that it's nothing new that they have targeted, bases in Bahrain and UAE.
Right.
But if you have contacts, I do have contacts, please speak to them. Nothing has happened there.
Okay.
I think 100% of the missiles and drones failed yesterday as far as Jordan, I think 8 out of 2 out of 10 managed to get through. So this is nothing, new that Iran has resorted to. What's new is happening is that this time the targeting by the US is much more comprehensive. Earlier, the targeting was, the escalation was very calibrated. Now they have gone in for infrastructure. They have gone in for as far as southern Iran to include Chabahar and also Sistan province. Now, what is interesting is the Israelis are saying that we haven't done it. The Americans are saying we haven't done it. But it is conjectured. It is believed that the Saudis themselves are now participating and the UAE because their own defense and security is involved. So nothing much is happening as far as the Iranian retaliation is concerned. That is why they have placed so much of premium on Hormuz. Hormuz is their last weapon. But remember, this is a weapon you are using against the world community. And tell me, what is the sin that these poor sailors of merchant vessels have committed?
Right.
They are commercial defenseless vessels, and you are targeting targeting them. So if this is not terrorism, I don't know what then. What do you call terrorism?
Absolutely, and at this point in time, both the sides are blaming the shift onto each other, saying that the other side violated the terms of the deal. So it remains to be seen how it pans out. And with that, we have another breaking update coming in, a concerning one coming in from the Gulf countries. We're learning that Iran has launched missiles and drone attacks on Qatar, UAE and Jordan. Qatar has raised the security threat level, urging people to stay very alert. Let me firstly tell you about Qatar, as their Ministry of Interior has said that country's security threat level is very high and has urged everyone to remain inside their homes and in a safer place. The ministry has also called on people to follow safety instruction and avoid unnecessary movement. And we're also learning about sirens blaring in Bahrain as well. And their Ministry of Interior has also said that air raid sirens have also been activated. Let me once again go back to Srinjoy on this. Srinjoy, whenever Iran is bombed by US, they retaliate by hitting out at the Gulf countries, at the US bases there. But at this point in time, we're learning that Qatar, UAE, Jordan, and in the latest, we're also learning that sirens are blaring in Bahrain as well. They have come under attack. Give us more updates on this.
Yes, the sirens are blaring. As you rightly said, there are air alerts. The point is that all these places have US bases, and therefore the Iranians believe they can hit these US bases. Now, as a result, there has been damage. In Saudi Arabia, a refinery was hit. In Bahrain, a refinery was hit. Other places have been hit as well. In the UAE, but Dubai has been hit. So there has been damage in certain parts of the Gulf states. This was in the earlier round of fighting. We don't know how bad this round is going to be, or whether things will cool down after this, the strike and counter-strike. But this has been going on intermittently, and one looks forward to the peace process. Where that is, we don't know at this point, but let's hope that people concerned are still talking, still trying to find a solution.
Absolutely, because Donald Trump is saying that the deal is over. Iran is saying that the Strait of Hormuz is closed once again, and we are witnessing escalation there in West Asia region once again. Thank you so much, Srinjoy and Arasan Singh, for connecting with us and putting that into perspective.